Okay, boys and girls, let's get started here this morning. Can you take that over there so it's not right next to the speaker and the camera? Thanks. Or just right in the corner. There you go. Okay, so this morning, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do descending pyramids this morning. So each pair of exercises, we're going to start with 8 and try to work our way down to 1 in 3 minutes. All right, so each exercise or each pair of exercises, you're going to be doing for 3 minutes or till you get to 1, whichever comes first. These might be close, but I don't think we'll get there. All right, so just so what'll happen is we're going to go through the circuit twice. So there's 3 pairs of exercises. We're going to do the first pair for 3 minutes, starting at 8 reps, then doing 7, then doing 6, then doing 5, then doing 4. Okay, until you get to 1 or the end of the 3 minutes. We'll rest a minute. Then we'll do a second pair of exercises, just like that, same format, 8 reps down to 1. We'll rest for a minute, and then we've got one final pair of exercises. Okay, so 3 different pairs. So after we go through once, we're going to go back to the top and go through one more time. Okay, total workout time, including the rest time, is 24 minutes. Okay, so the first pair, you'll have 3 minutes to start with 8. You'll do 8 reps of each, then you'll do 7 reps of each, then you'll do 6, then you'll do 5. But we've got a squat jump and a shoulder tap. So squat jump is literally just jumping straight up, right? So kind of do a squat and then we jump, squat, jump, squat, jump. Okay, so if jumping's not in your in the cards today, could just be a squat and come up, squat and come up quickly, maybe even come up onto your toes. I'm not going to explain the next pairs. I'll do that during the rest time, but there is a goblet squat next. So keep that in mind as we go along. Okay, the shoulder tap, you're going to be in a push-up position, hands on the floor. We're just reaching across, tapping at opposite shoulder. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, until you get to 8. Okay, so that's the first pair. Like I said, I'll explain the next pair during our rest time after this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get warming up here. We'll start off on one knee. All right, so starting a little different today, starting off on one knee. Tuck that tailbone down. Pressing your knee, this front knee forward just a little bit to put a little extra stretch on the back, on your hip, and maybe on your quad. And good. From there, let's take your hands, go to the floor. Now we're really trying to push those hips down. You can also use a foam roller under your hands if you like. For me, I think for me it helps, but it's out of reach, so I'll just use the floor. Now remember, knee is going to be outside your armpit. We're really trying to push your hips down to the floor. Okay, let's go ahead and straighten that front leg. All right, so now your body should be facing the same direction that your toes are. Stretching the back of that front leg. And good, last part of this, let's take your knee to the ground. And whatever hand is closest to your foot, we're going to rotate up. And get our big rotation in your upper back. And good. All right, let's repeat the process on the other side. So we get that hip flexor stretch first, tucking your tailbone down and under. Stretching out your hip flexor, maybe your quad here. All right, let's take your hands to the floor. You're going to be pushing your chest away and pushing your hips down to the floor. And good. From here, let's straighten that front leg. This is where having a roller underneath your hands helps a little bit. We do want to try not to round your back over too much. All right, so try to keep your chest out as you do this. That means you don't get your leg totally straight. That's okay. And good. Let's go knee back down to the floor, and we're going to rotate up. So whatever hand is closest to your forward leg, you're going to be turning that direction. You can try to touch your elbow to your shoe in between. Reach those hands up or down to touch your shoe. And good. All right, from there, let's go to this side sit position. One hip turned in, one hip turned out. We're just going to go over that front leg, taking your elbows to the floor, big stretch, right around your back pocket. And good. Let's actually take one more from this position here. You're going to turn away from that back leg as you turn away. So for me, I get a big stretch in my quad here. All right, so you can kind of use your hands and walk yourself away with a big turn. And good. Let's switch sides. One turned in, one turned out. Take your elbows to the floor. It is tough to do, but try to get even pressure through both elbows. And good, let's rotate away. So you use those hands to walk yourself away from your back leg. And good. All right, push-up position. We're gonna walk those hands into your toes, tap your toes, walk back out. Just a stationary inchworm, keeping your feet right where they are. Let's do two more. And last one. All right, today, just a little lateral lunge to get started. So we're gonna do a lateral lunge and then come up to a march. So you raise that knee up even with your waistband or higher. Let's work the same side. Okay, other side. Stepping out. Try to give it one push if you can. So one push right from the floor. No dragging. No extra taps when you get close. Obviously, if you have to, do it, but the goal is to push and get right up into that balance position. And good. Okay, so we're ready to go. No weights needed for the first pair. We're going squat jump with a shoulder tap. Remember, we do 8 of each, then 7, then 6, then 5. We go till the end of the 3 minutes. Okay, we'll get started in about 10 seconds. I got the 3-minute clock here if you want to reference it. Again, no weight needed. 5 seconds, starting off with those 8 squat jumps. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 8 squat jumps. You're going to go at your pace here, so I'm not going to necessarily shout out the numbers. Okay, shoulder taps are next. So we're in that push-up position. Each time you tap, each shoulder counts as one. Just under 2 minutes left, guys. And we're halfway there, 1.5 minutes left to go. The reason I like these pyramids is because you have to stay somewhat engaged with your brain. Remember what number you're on. One minute left. Remember, we will be revisiting this one. So try to keep in mind what number you got to. "30 seconds left. "15. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and 1 minute to rest. Okay. Next pair, you will need a weight. Okay, we're gonna go goblet squats and swing or deadlift. Right, by now, we kind of know the difference between a swing and a deadlift. It's the same mechanics at the hips, but a swing, you're reaching back, swinging that weight up. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's faster. Okay, then maybe a slower, more controlled deadlift. But the difference is on the goblet squat, you should feel it mostly in your thighs. On the deadlift or swing, you should feel it in the back of your legs. 20 seconds to go or to rest. Starting off with 8 goblet squats. All right, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. With this one, you can almost challenge yourself to keep going, right? We don't have to change positions, anything like that. You can challenge yourself to keep the weight in your hands the whole time. Okay, these are gonna go quick because each one is, there's no each side, right? It's just one set of 8. We're 1 minute down, 2 to go. So I'm doing the swing here. If those bug your back at all, it's better to do kind of a shorter range deadlift. Letting those pinkies drift right down the inside of your thigh. Back up. Minute 20 to go. Last minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Good job with those guys. We should have gotten pretty close to finishing there if you didn't finish. Okay, last pair. Not going to go as fast because we got to do each side for both. Okay, so push press. I'll show upper body here. Push press is kind of like a shoulder press, but you can use your legs to help. So we dip down with your legs and we just sort of use your legs to pop that weight up. Okay, so bring it down, pop, pop. So you see I'm using my legs. It's more than just a straight shoulder press. Okay, and then we got rows, bent over here. Okay, we'll do 8 on one side, 8 on the other, right? 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, all upper body with this one. Again, don't be surprised if it takes a little longer because you're basically doubling up the time. Make sure our back stays nice and flat for the row. Setting one foot back, you can rest your hand on something if you need to. And 1 minute down, 2 to go. Halfway there, we got 1.5 minutes to go. Remember on that press, you're gonna press it. Make sure we catch it up top with a locked out arm. One minute left. 30 seconds. $15 seconds. Remember to use those legs in the push press. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so those are our 3 pairs. And now we go back to the top. So we're going to revisit each one. Remember that first pair, squat jump and shoulder tap. We'll get our breath back. Now that we're nice and warm, this first pair may feel like it goes better or faster. Right? Even though you may be more fatigued, you're also more warmed up. It may feel like it goes a little bit easier. $15 seconds left to rest. We're halfway through, guys. No weights needed for the next one. 5 seconds. Squat jump with shoulder tap. Ready, set, and here we go. We got 3 minutes, starting with 8. On that shoulder tap, try to keep your hips locked right in the middle. Also on the shoulder tap, hands stay under your chest or under your shoulders, not out in front of your face or your head. One minute down, 2 to go, guys. Minute and a half to go. We're halfway through this 3 minutes. One minute left. $30 seconds. $15. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest for a minute. All right, next pair. Goblet squat with the swings. Again, you can challenge yourself here. Keep the weight in your hands. There's a good chance you keep the weight in your hands and you just move from one to the other. that you finish before the 3 minutes is up. Okay, but let's make sure form is good. Make sure you're getting full depth on your squats and your deadlifts if you're doing deadlifts. And a good snap with your kettlebell swing, if that's what you're doing. 10 seconds left. Starting with 8 goblet squats. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You can almost do this pair without moving your feet. Making sure we're finishing our squats all the way up to the top. Bring your hips through so that your hip bones press into your arms if the weight is low. If the weight is high, you need to get your hips all the way up under your shoulders. Okay, don't leave your butt out the back. 1 minute down, 2 to go. Halfway, we got a minute and a half to go. One minute left. Thirty seconds. $15. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And 1 minute to rest. Okay, last pair, taking a little pressure off the lower body and putting it on the upper body. Okay, remember we got a push press and a row. $30 seconds left. Finishing up strong here, last 3 minutes. If you're doing these right, you'll only get to like 6 or 5. Ten seconds left to rest. All right, getting ready here in 5, 3, 2, 1. And here we go, a little upper body work to finish. Remember, the push press is not just a strict shoulder press. You can add a little jump, a little hop. Okay, it adds a little bit of core work to this, because as you push with your legs, it's got to translate into your hand. Rows are after the push press. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Minute and a half to go. We're already halfway through our 3 minutes. One minute to go. Make sure on the row that your toes are facing the same direction so your hips can stay nice and square. Back should be flat. Thirty seconds left. $15. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that's a wrap. Okay. Boy, it feels good to get sweaty. Hang on, guys. Let me take, well, if you're going to do that, you might as well say hi.
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 Yeah. Okay. Let me get attendance here real quick. And Dave. Okay. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Hope you have fun plans. I'm going to watch some soccer, coach some hockey, and then probably have a beer.
I have one for you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. What
Or-
generosity.
Maybe 2.
Okay.
Leave some for the rest of us. Okay.
It's not Festivus yet.
All right, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Day.
And
Maybe we'll see you tomorrow for a stretch, 8 a.m.
you bet.
See you.
Bye.